So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Plans Through Ascendant series. And today we're going to be covering Moon in the sixth house in the sign of Aquarius. And what happens when Moon is in the sixth house in the sign of Aquarius for Virgo Ascendant people while it's ruling the 11th house with the sign of Cancer. And also its Mool Trikon placement of the 9th house, which is Taurus. And as always, if you do not know, if you have this particular moon placement, what sign it's in, what nakshatra it's in, and all other astrological details. For that, check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, consultations, and link to my academy, Magha Academy, where I teach you everything of Vedic astrology at this link. So let's start with our moon. So this is one of those placements where a person, first of all, will always find people to look for support from them who will eventually become their enemy. So whatever this person's network circles are, whatever their support system is, like, hey, I need your help. Hey, can you help me with this? Hey, do you know this? Right? We all do this. Those people end up becoming their biggest enemy. Because 11th house is a big enemy. Why? Because it's the Bhavat Bhavam of the 6th house. 6th from the 6th. So the big enemy is going into the 6th house again. So if you have this placement, you want to be careful of who you consider as a professional network circle, who you consider as your support system. Doesn't matter if it's family, doesn't matter if it's, friendship's cousin. There's a chance where when you look for support from them, they can become the enemy. And usually such a person also gets involved in things like social reform, social welfare, activism. And also, most of the time, person will also be inclined towards focusing on their health and focusing on the health concerns of society. Now, this does not mean that this is their career. Their career could be a lawyer. Their career could be an IT person. They could be an astrologer. But what we're seeing is that such a person's mind is inclined towards these things. Just because mind is inclined towards something doesn't mean that becomes your career. Like my mind is inclined towards Kriya Yoga and spirituality. That doesn't mean I'm making money from doing Kriya Yoga. Okay? And also, this is a person that is very, very eccentric in their daily work routines and daily work life. Like in their work environment, they can be very eccentric. They can be the people who can have the biggest mess, yet they will know exactly where everything is. And if you touch it, they kind of lose their shit. And the other thing also we see is that the elder sibling of this individual could either become their own biggest enemy, or they will deal with tremendous amount of like ups and downs in their health. Always something happening, always dealing with something. Like, oh, my cheek is numb. Oh, I feel something in my gut. Oh, my hand is just in pain. Something just always keeps occurring. And usually such people will have to go to many, many doctors before they find a solution to whatever they're going through. And because it's the 11th Lord in the 6th house, it also shows that a person could get into debt on behalf of either their support system or even the elder sibling. So one wants to be careful of how much you love your elder sibling, and you're willing to go into debt for like $30,000, $40,000 for them. You gotta kind of like really be true to yourself. That why am I taking this debt and what is the reason behind it? Is this because of their school? Well, that would be a waste of money, because taking debt for school pretty much makes you a slave after graduation. It's not like after graduation you can be a free person. Now you've learned and now you'll decide what you want to do. No, you got to get the work immediately, because now you got to start paying those debts off. And if that other person doesn't, then the other person will be responsible for those things. And in another way, it can also show that the elder sibling may actually also help you with your debts. So this it's kind of like a back and forth thing. You may also help them, but I have seen elder sibling helping the individual paying off their debts or helping with some obstacles, helping with their competitors. Okay. So guys, this was my analysis of moon in the 6th house for Virgo ascendant people. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. And if you want to know where your moon is placed and all the other astrological details, check out the links here under the shop section. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow with our conjunction video. Bye-bye.